Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastion Envi, strong style cinephile, your reigning defending SCW Cruiserweight champion, of course. So, the scuttlebutt the last couple days is that Disney Plus is developing a new Power Rangers live action series. Let's geek about that for a scant few minutes. And now that's all that's been announced is the fact that they're developing it. There's been no casting, even though some people on TikTok, I've seen them, would lead you to believe that they have like the entire cast for the main five already situated, and that it's going to get leaked out, or that they were leaking it out, which they have like zero ties to um, anybody connected. Allegedly, somebody in their family is in the know, and that's why they had like a whole like video about it, which had like thousands of views. And hey, more power to you if you want to do some clickbaity bullshit. Um, I didn't give it much of a thought. Number one, I love Power Rangers in every form, from the shows to the comics, to the merchandise, the toys, the Zords, the Morphers, all that stuff. I have all that stuff. I love it. Um, I was mostly a fan of the last reboot movie that they tried to do. Thought they did some things wrong with it, namely the Megazord was atrocious. The Zords, just as a whole, were atrocious. The Megazord was atrocious. I didn't like the fact that it was like just kind of delinquent kids, or more delinquent kids. These aren't they were just like kind of douchebaggy kids. I kind of just want better kids to be pulled, like a better crop of kids to be pulled from, to be Power Rangers. And I guess maybe that's the whole thing about it, is they start off as like D-bags with attitude, and kind of over the course of the films would kind of become the more iconic, standing up for good and what's right and what's just and what's true sort of Rangers. Maybe that was the path that they were going to take that we never got to see, because the first movie bombed out and any plans for a sequel were scrapped. Seen a lot of people on TikTok lately just showing love to the film. It's all fine and good. It's their prerogative, free country. Everybody has their own opinions and such. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Um, but this buddy of mine who commented on Facebook about it said it, because I made this comment that I just wasn't in on the idea of it, and he was like, "It's okay not to be the target audience," which it is okay for me not to be the target audience. And he was talking about keeping the Power Rangers going for younger generations and that sort of thing, and I can get behind that idea. It's just the idea of going back and trying to redo Mighty Morphin again. Like, we have umpteen million other Power Ranger teams that they could pull from, and I know that that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers has that sort of cultural impact and legacy where it's synonymous with Power Rangers. I understand that, but we still it, Power Rangers encompasses so many other things, so many other teams, and we need to find a way to get them into the conversation, to get them into the limelight. Um, Even an original team, not one that's based off of like any of the Sentais from Japan that came before. Like, just something just to not do Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again. Some people were kind of pointing out that, like, isn't it always a live action series? And there was some scuttlebutt about doing an animated series over the years. I think they should have long since switched to that. Um, the stuff that we're looking at today, I mean, Invincible, not so much for the blood and the constant blood. Um, that show spits out. The animation, the action is good. Voltron, like the Voltron series that we had for Netflix years back, that kind of shows us that they should have moved in that direction a long time ago, and I think it would have extended the longevity of the series. Some people are saying that there's plenty to mine from the old, from the not the old, but the Sentai stuff that is still going on over there in Japan. But I'm like, we have moved past a time and mindset for the potential viewers of this program where just cut and paste Japanese stuff like is gonna work anymore. Now, I love it. I'm a fan of it. I'm doing like a fan film myself. Not using Power Ranger stuff at the moment, using a Chinese toku, like a little known Chinese toku that I happen to like, and just doing some cut and paste simple stuff with it, mainly just to create some content, new content, and network and remake some connections that I had in the local filmmaking community. So there's a reason for me to do that. But I also still like that stuff. I just don't think we over here, that there's an appetite for doing things that way anymore. It had its time, it had its place. We've moved on. So I don't think that's a viable move anymore. So, I mean, am I happy that we're getting new Power Rangers? Yes. Am I happy that they're trying to redo it and reboot it for this next generation, try to get the hooks in this generation to kind of keep it going for years to come? I'm all for that. It's just, I don't know where I am with just redoing Mighty Morphin again. Like, I don't know. It remains to be seen how it all plays out. If that's what they stick to. We know Boom Studios comics are doing some reinvention of Power Rangers where they're incorporating like kind of a mix of teams, and they're even throwing in the VR Troopers. I haven't read the comics yet. I really need to jump on that, but I have so many things in my reading order that are ahead of it. It is what it is. But they're doing some fun things, so maybe they pull from that. But just going straight up like reboot Mighty Morphin, reboot like the Green Ranger saga, like we've seen it. Like it's just show me something new and different, and then I'll get further behind it. I mean, I'm behind it, but I'll get further behind it. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Anyway, those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, of course, and always let us geek.